Good morning, Prairie Dogs, and happy Monday morning. So we have a lot of great things going on this week. So before we get into our announcements, let's go ahead. And if I could have everybody rise. Right hand over your heart. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty, Prairie Dogs. Now, as always, let's remember that we use the peace path when we become upset here at Pioneer. Remember to take those 3 deep breaths to come down and relax. And then if you need to, make sure you talk it out, walk away, make a new friend, and get help. And as always, make sure that you're following that positivity plan and that you're present at school, always kind, working hard, and you will be successful. All right, and it is Monday. Mondays are marvelous here at Pioneers, so we look forward to seeing you all in your Marvel gear here this Monday. And we want to say a big thank you to all of our families that came to back to school night. We had a lot of positive interactions with our families. We had vendors and the food vendors that were there. So a great time was had by all, and we thank you all for the support and coming to back to school night. Now, we do have a pause room tip from Miss Mooningham this week, and it's about name calling. Let's not forget that name calling is bullying. It makes you look bad. It hurts others. You can't undo it, and oftentimes it leads to bigger problems. Now, what can we do instead? We can use the person's real name. We can give them a compliment. We can be positive. We can say nothing. We can walk away and get help for what bothers you. Now, we do have a quick video, so some more about kids speaking about name calling.
Has anyone ever called you a name you didn't like?
Yes. Well, it kind of hurt my feelings, you know.
I didn't like it. It kind of hurt me inside.
Oh yeah, it made me feel bad. It almost felt like someone hit me. And it made me really mad.
What can you do if a person calls you names?
I can just ignore him, but it's hard sometimes, you know?
Well, once I started calling him names, but then I just got in trouble myself. So now I should just walk away.
I didn't know what to do. Luckily my friend was there. She said, leave her alone, and then we just walked away.
Yeah, it helps if your friend or other people around you stick up for you.
So is calling someone a name bullying?
It can be. Sometimes it's just meant as a joke, but it's not a very good way to joke.
What advice would you give to kids at school about name calling?
Well, of course, don't do it. Don't call someone else's name as an insult or as a joke.
And if someone calls you a name, you could try to ignore it. Or tell them to stop.
Or you could just walk away.
Also, if you see someone getting called a name to hurt them, you can also try to help.
Yeah, you can tell the other kid to stop.
What if someone won't stop calling you names that hurt you?
You should tell an adult.
We should just try to get along with each other.
Yeah, we should just be nice to each other.
So I would challenge each of you to make sure that this week we are not name calling and we're making sure that we're using people's names and we're being kind to one another. So thank you, Miss Mooningham, for getting that ready for us for this week for our pause tip. All right, now Tardies. Tardies will begin today on Monday. So make sure that you are here every day and on time before 7:55 and make sure to plan accordingly for the traffic. Now, some information on snacks. Let's make sure that we're not taking food and drink outside of the cafeteria. Now, why is this something that's so important? Number one is the safety is a choking hazard while you're trying to eat and play at the same time, and your health and hygiene. You know, we did just come off of COVID, in which we were very vigilant about washing our hands and keeping our hands out of our mouth. but we're right back to licking our hot Cheeto fingers and playing with equipment. So it is not healthy or hygienic at all. And then it does leave a mess when we're not able to pick up after ourselves. So let's make sure that all food and drink remain in the cafeteria. And our playground equipment, remember, if we're not taking care of it, it'll break and we won't have any playground equipment. So let's make sure that we're using our playground equipment in the correct way. Now, just a little reminder is for our 4th and 5th graders as we are getting back to classes, just to avoid some of the congestion in Prairie Dog Lane. Remember, 4th graders, you're going to walk back towards the picnic tables and around the front of Prairie Dog Lane. And our 5th graders, you'll be walking through the middle and then down to your classrooms. That way we can have a little less congestion in Prairie Dog Lane. So thank you for your help with that to all of our 4th and 5th graders. And it is time for Student Council. You are now able to pick up applications for running for a Student Council officer. Remember, if you are interested in running, you'll need to fill out the application and submit it by the 16th. With that information will be which office that you're choosing to run for. Then we will make sure that those get turned in by August 16th, because then campaigning will begin the 21st through the 25th, and make sure that all those signs get approved by Miss Jensen and Miss Mobley. We'll do speeches on the 25th, and then we will be doing voting shortly after that. So make sure if you do have any questions, stop by rooms 23 or 24 to see Miss Mobley or Miss Jensen. We're very excited to have Student Council up and running. And we do have our band schedule for the week, so make sure on Monday you're checking the list. That's on Mr. Hillhouse's door, followed by Tuesday for clarinets and saxophones, Wednesdays, trumpets and trombones, Thursdays, flutes, and Friday is percussion. And we do have an early release day. This Wednesday, August 9th, all students will be released at 12:55. So make sure to remind your parents that you will need to be picked up at 12:55 on Wednesday. And on this Thursday, we do have students that will begin taking their initial LPAC testing for the school year, just so we can see how much they grow with their language this year. We also have a fire drill scheduled for this Thursday morning at 8:10. Remember to follow the instructions of your teachers so that we can all practice being safe during any drills. And we do have flagpole. It is an indoor flagpole for this Friday, and we'll have Miss Davis's class helping with flagpole. Again, this is an indoor flagpole this Friday. And we wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Hillhouse and Gottschalk's Music Center for a very successful event Thursday night in which a lot of instruments were rented to our students that are interested in band for this year. So thank you to Mr. Hillhouse and Gottschalk's Music for getting that all set for us so that we can have a great year in band. And especially going out to our 4th and 5th graders, I want to say thank you for the conversations that we had in your class on Friday. And remember, especially to my 5th graders, but our 4th graders as leaders, remember, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's one that we'll continue to go over and over and over again. All righty, Prairie Dogs, let's make sure that we're making a great week. Work hard. And if you need any help, make sure to reach out to either myself, Miss Hidalgo, or Miss Izzy Ordia, and we are here around campus to help you. All righty, Prairie Dogs, have a wonderful week, and make sure to stay tuned for this week's birthday announcements. Have a great week.